Hello there. Hi, my name is Chris Farah, and welcome to my channel where tonight I will be reviewing 90 Day Fiance, The Other Way, Season 1, honey, and it's episode 19. It's falling apart. All of it is falling apart before their very eyes, their hearts, their minds, their souls, their dignities, their integrities, their clothes. um, just so you know, I am having either like a hardcore allergy attack brought on by a seasonal weather change or a cold that my body is fighting pretty well and I'm not totally sick. But I am crazy stuffed up, and like sneezy and coffee and like this is gross. I can't imagine what I sound like to you. So if you are brand new to my channel, hi. This is not how I sound nor how I look all of the time, but God bless. But if you know how I usually sound, God bless. I'm sorry for this. This is how it usually goes. Ready? I'm going to go through this episode and I'm not going to be able to talk to you guys much, but afterwards I'll open it up. So if you're watching this replay, it won't be a nightmare for you. If you have something you really want to say, you can always super chat me. But at the same time, I will talk to you afterward for free. Don't even worry about it. One free thing you can do is like this video. Just do it right now. I don't even care. Just get out of this chat, like this video, get it out of the way, honey. Come right back. Ready? First couple. Laura and Aladdin, honey. Okay, so this picks up, this is the day of the wedding, okay? And Laura goes to Liam's, hotel room. It's an interesting looking room, kind of like a lot of like wood, interesting. And they're both wearing bright, bold florals. She's wearing, like a purple black kind of like 90s looking darker floral print, and he is full blue, turquoise, pink flamingos. They are quite a pair. And obviously of one mind and soul. They've spent a lot of time together. It's hard for them to think about sharing this life now with someone new. It's very interesting to watch this, by the way, knowing everything I read, at least, about the other side of this, which is her ex's / Liam's dad's point of view about this situation, which all of that came out in Soap Dirt, Celeb Buzz, Starcasm, all of that stuff. So, being able to like know that extra gossip is like, what is that? And, the dad's point of view, it's obviously very slanted to hating her. And I don't know exactly where the truth lies, but it's somewhere in between. But I will say this about Laura. What Laura has done post this show has not painted her in a good light. I mean, what she's done in this show hasn't painted her a good light. Her just like blatant disregard for all of Aladdin's traditional customs when she's in it, all of the beautiful costumes that she gets to wear, and her blatant, just like unexcitement, non-excitement, laissez-faire attitude about it. It's sad. It's sad. Okay, so she brings the outfit that Liam is supposed to wear, and Liam has, really slept on it because he's done a 180. He's like, look, it really threw me off guard when he said the baby thing. And is that a real thing? And she's like, just because I'm older doesn't mean I can't have a baby. And it's like, no, it does. Actually, yes, it does. Exactly kind of mean that. I mean, you can adopt one, but it's very interesting because we have so many different examples of this to talk about. And I don't know, other 90 Day docuseries that are airing right now. Like Laura looks like Angela with none of the charm, right? And why, if she was here, she would say that she thinks that Angela's more attractive, or at least Angela was more attractive in her youth than Laura was. But it's interesting that both these women are like, let's see what our childbearing options are. And it's like, baby booze. We can't go back in time. Where's Doc? Where's Doc? Where's the DeLorean, honey? Said it. Because, I mean, I hate it. I hate to say it. I wish it wasn't true, but come on. And Liam then says, look, it's because I got said all that stuff. It's because I want you to pay for my college, for me to get through college, and then we can support each other. Like that's his. excuse for, sorry, I have like a splinter in my finger. That's his excuse for having acted like a selfish, spoiled baby. And but he again is apologizing to his mom and coming to grips with that he can't control everything. And she's very excited that he's going to go tonight. And, let's get it in. So she hugs him. She goes to the event. Everyone rolls in. It's white Range Rovers, which, by the way, like, I love a white Range Rover. I know that's bougie of me to say, but like, sometimes I fantasize about my perfect like mom car, because I don't have a big car. I have like a compact size car. I live in Los Angeles, but like, well, you have kids, honey, you need that space. And I'm like, what's the perfect mom car? And I really like that new white Range Rover. I really do. Anyway, Arabs, la 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 la. We all like the same things. It's stereotypical. So, but anyway, the mom comes out of the Range Rover, and I'm like, oh, like she's in front seat. She should have been like rolling in a Lincoln, like a low Lincoln. I feel like would have been just more her style. They get in, they're all excited. Aladdin is like so happy to get married. I mean, like he's as happy for his Arab wedding as I am. I mean, in the sense of like, I can't wait for mine. And like, he acts like I do. Like, like, where's all the gold? We can't wait. It's almost to the point where like, do you know who you're marrying? I don't get Aladdin. He's incredibly charming. He's incredibly like warm. He seems so with it, so cool. Like he uses like words like brother and bro in such a way that makes me feel like he's, whatever, woke to like a certain sense. And yet he is making the craziest choice in the world to marry Laura. And to hear all the horrible things that Laura has said about him, not horrible, like if he's gay, horrible things in the sense of that he like hit her and like, but she said a whole bunch of things. One of them was that she was abused by him. But other things was that like, oh, do you know that he's gay? And in those bathhouses, like he's, just hooking up with guys. And the truth of the matter is if that's true, God bless, fine. But if he's in the DL about that, letting that be known in an Arab conservative country ain't the best. It's real shitty. So where are you coming? Where are you going? I love you guys so much. If you haven't yet, take a moment to like this video. I really appreciate it. So here it is. She's getting dressed, honey, and she's in that white wedding dress, and she feels awkward, and she's like, I can't believe I'm wearing white. And look, she feels as awkward as she looks. I mean, it's radiating. She like puts on a tiara. I'm like, oh my God. I don't get how, because no money was spent, but like, she is just wearing the most basic makeup. She hasn't done her hair. Like, it's not one curl to her hair, like nothing. No false eyelash, like anything. Their Karini is giving birth, we'll talk about, with a full set of false, like, extensions on. And this bitch is getting married to a hot guy in a foreign country with not nary anything planned. I mean, it's hard for me. I'm moving on. So Liam's there, right? And, Liam gets to see his mom all dressed up, and we get to see Liam dressed up. And his suit, top to bottom, is bananas in so many ways. His pants, huge, too big, long, thick, big. His awkwardly sitting on his hips. His jacket, too tight. His vest, you can't button it all the way, but the sleeves of his jacket, too long. So long. Up here is a like Australian safari-esque, I matey, like Bindi Irwin's dad, whatever, he works with the animals, and that's where he got this hat and camel tooth necklace that when he bought it, he was like, is it a real camel tooth? With those big ass glasses and his like extra big eyes, like, is it really camel tooth? And this guy had to prove it to him by putting a light underneath the camel tooth and to have it not melt. He's like, well, not plastic. Guess it's a real camel tooth. Which, by the way, do you think it's like low-key, yeah, shady and sketchy, like to go to an Arab wedding and bring a camel's tooth hanging around your neck? Like, this is what I do to the animals that bring you to and fro. You know what I'm saying? Like, I think it was like a shady thing. Like, what is the difference? Like, I can't, nothing else is like real comparable. It's like going to Going to, oh my God, I got a super chat. Megan Bad Ramirez. I'm trying to understand the scam with them. Honey, it's so hard. What was Aladdin's end game? Because he's so rational and cool and nice and hot. Is it that he's gay and needed like some sort of marriage? Is it that he loved her? Is it that he's straight and just really wanted to get married? Is it that he's straight and loved her? Is it that he wanted to get to America? Because all we've heard is from Laura's big ass, very small ass mouth. She doesn't have a big mouth and very small lips. But like all we've heard about is her business after the show. And I can't see. Oh, anyway. And we haven't seen any of his. We have no idea how he feels post the show, but we will find out at the couple's tell all. However, from what we've kind of heard about what goes down because of how she's behaved afterward, and I'm not trying to give spoilers, we'll see. I think it's dramatic. If I'm trying not to have spoilers about this, but I did a full cast drama video, by the way, about this 2 nights ago, and I think it's a doozy. Yeah, it's long because we have to deep dive together and do some sleuthing together, but I do it for you in front of you in real time. Okay, so the wedding happens. This is what's also interesting. I talk about the comparison between Laura and Angela, and it's interesting because we've seen enough like different custom weddings, like Arabic weddings and Muslim weddings. And it's like, so this wedding is no ceremony. It's all the glitz, all the glamour, but like it's a ceremony, I guess, but what feels like no religious figure making it real. I don't understand why or how. You know what I'm saying? We obviously saw Omar and Avery just get married by like a Shah, pretty much marrying himself and Omar, while like Avery was like, my mom and I are witnessing this, but we're not witnessing this. My mom is like not even here because there's no other woman here to like prop her up, and I'm not really in this because it's my wedding, but I'm but like, so that's one example. And now this crazy ass other white woman is getting married to this guy in Tunisia, which I'll bring that up in a second. And like, it's a whole different affair, honey. She's present. She's dressed up like, I mean, what she would say a Christmas tree. I would agree with her. You know what I'm saying? It's crazy. Also, one more thing. Tell me this. How big is Tunisia? Why does Zayed and Aladdin sound completely different? Aladdin sounds like what I typically know as being like an Arabic accent. He talks like this, it's this, it's like friend, it's like brother, you got to do things different, you got to be like, bro, it's that. And Zayed's like, you are so beautiful. It's like, Wa was like, maybe it's a different dialect. I don't know how big Tunisia is. You tell me, like, is it, Zayed sounds French. Okay, well, his sister sounds French too, so maybe you guys are right. Maybe that's what's happening. So the ceremony goes down, and then it's a sandwich of awkwardness between Laura, Aladdin, and Liam, where they start crying about, the relationship, and Aladdin's like, what the hell? What did I do? I think that's his moment where he realizes, I don't know. It's so crazy. What's his end game? I gotta find out. I can't wait. So that's really how it ends. We don't get to see it. I mean, one other interesting part, I guess, is when she's like, can you kiss me on the cheek now? And he's like, no, but, we can leave soon. She's like, jiggy, jiggy, we can like get it up at the good kind. And that's also interesting from what I just told you about what she said about his proclivities, which I don't necessarily believe. I think that she is into like horribly disrespecting and shit talking her exes. And what looks like her ex-husband, the same to her. It's, I don't know. It's not fun. Okay, next couple is Paul and Karini. So, Paul's mom is there, and Karini is like just so happy because A, Paul's mom is like totally normal and nice, and B, knows Paul and like all the BS that he's probably done. And I mean, can you imagine? I just feel like thinking about Paul and what he was like to that woman. It's like Paul's mom grew up. Paul grew up with his mom, obviously. So there were so many times that he got in trouble for he had behavioral problems. There's no way, right? He obviously is like anger, resentment issues. He sets fires. He's verbally abusive. Like we all see this. And it feels like her behavior is to give him money and sponsor it. And therefore there seems like a a sense of guilt towards that behavior, like she caused it or she feels some way like irresponsible. That is like my psychoanalysis of the whole situation. But for Karini, it's great because she gets to talk to someone about what a nightmare he is. And she does. And, Paul's mom agrees. And she's like, I'm going to talk to him for you. And so she does. So, by the way, Pierre, is that the kid's name? Pierre with the E at the end. That kid's cute. So Paul's mom and her like go have like some sort of outdoor meal. And honey, it's hot outside. I mean, they are sweating. They're like in hot yoga. I mean, but they're sitting straight up. It's chair pose. They're sitting in a chair, but they're sweating as if it's like 140 degrees in that room. I can. She looks so uncomfortable. So, but she's like, you really have to step it up. Also, I want to retire. I'm old AF. Cannot just support you. Like, you have to be a man. She's like saying everything that's like, yes. Oh, you know that? Good. Yeah, tell him. Poke at him. Make that sleepy, grumpy bear move, like, yes. Ugh. He agreed, of course, but it's like, he's like, well, I want to get a job. And she's like, okay, do you? And he's like, yeah, he's got to learn Portuguese first. She's like, well, have you? I mean, what have you goddamn been doing? It has to be easy for you to pick up a language that you've already gone to this country many a time. You're dating someone you've been translating, but all you hear is this language. By the way, this language is not like Arabic or Mandarin or something that's like really goddamn hard. It's half French, half Spanish in the sense of like literally the way that it came about, in the sense of it's also a romantic language. It has the same alphabet as quote unquote the Roman alphabet, the Western alphabet that we use, like that English uses. It's not hard if you're immersed in the culture and also dating someone to learn it. You should have gotten more by far. And especially if you have any sort of drive to learn it. That's what I honestly feel like. He barely can talk to her. Oh, I'm getting so heated. And my throat hurts so intensely. And I'm so mad at it. Okay, moving on. Now my throat. I'm just like, come on, Paul. But yeah, so then he goes and talks to, after his mom was like, I can't keep helping you. I'm tired. I'm old. Gotta get a manicure every once in a while. I have to send you money all the goddamn time. It's sad. So yeah, Paul goes back to Karini, right? And Paul's like, so do you want a divorce? And Karini's like, no. And he's like, will you stop talking to people? And she's like, cállate tu boca. And it's like, yeah, Paul, shut the up. You are lucky to be standing in this room right now. Don't are you going to stop? Are you going to stop being a crazy asshole? That's the only question that has to be answered here. And if you're asking me whether I'm going to stop talking to people, the answer is no. I'm not going to stop talking to people. I'm in fact going to talk to people. You are lucky to be standing here. Don't test me. I am making food for our baby that I just birthed, Paul. Dumbass. Ugh, it makes me so mad. But yeah, that baby's very cute, and we'll see what happens. And it's all very melancholy every time we get to confessionals about it. And there's just no plan of what he's going to do. It's just like, I'll get a job, but what? Why aren't you even researching any of it? And can you, at least if you were learning Portuguese enough, could you be teaching English? There's just you are so dumb. And it's just, at least I will say this: the house looked somewhat cleaner when the mom was there. It didn't seem like the mom was tripping over hoarder type garbage on the floor, so I do give them that. I try looking for positive things. Okay, so Jenny and Sumit. Okay, so did you guys catch this? Which I don't know, because I was randomly watching the episode before, the hour before the new episode, that they had a bonus scene, and the bonus scene was between Jenny and Sumit's friend, who comes over, and I mean, I know why they cut it, because it was basically all the same information that we already had, and then Jenny just being the worst reaction giver of all time. But anyway, in this bonus scene, Sumit's friend has come over and is like, I talked to Sumit. It's and it was yeah, he's really upset, and she's like, what? And he has to explain to her, like, it's because they can sue him that he can't get divorced. I don't know. She has to, whatever. And so she's like, oh, I was just so scared. And I've been here for 7 days, just scared of my mind. And that was the end of the scene. So, cutting room floor is where that scene should have been. But we pick up, and Sumit, Jenny's still upset, obviously, or whatever. Sumit's family, 7 days after this scary grabbing incident that I God wish I had on tape, they finally allow him to go talk to Jenny. So he goes to the apartment and they hug at the door and, just like star-crossed young lovers just reunited. And he comes in and she is like, how could you put me in that situation? And he just stares at her because I feel like in his mind he's like, because you knew you were gonna. But she like puts it all on him. It was like, well, they said, like that you should have given her a chance. Like I did give her a chance the first year. They're like, well, yeah, they said the girl was happy the first year. It's like, yeah, I gave her a chance. Like, but you didn't, because that whole first year you was still texting me and calling me and saying I love you and stuff like that. And then Sumit still is like, God damn it, Jenny, just shut up. This is not going. I just feel like it's so she's what? Okay. He, for some reason, has some weird attachment to her, and I think it's a sexual fetish, is how I'll say this, because he cries so much at the thought of losing her. And she is, for all intents and purposes, I'm not even saying she's unattractive physically, but she honestly is like so cool and in such a way that we're like, we can see him. Like she's no part of her. I don't understand any way in which she is like that intense. I'm gonna lay my life on the line to be with you. What that drive is, what she has. Is this me being mean? I almost feel like I'm not body shaming her. I'm not age shaming her. I am personality shaming her. She is a frantic, victim-y, whoa kind of woman. I mean, I can't imagine. So worried all the time. Oh God. She just gives me anxiety. But I mean, I also feel like intrinsically she's one of those women that has had drama all her life because she puts herself in this kind of situation. And then, she's always just like a victim in it. And you have to hear her. And if you're related to her, you're just like, I'm not going to even answer your phone calls anymore. I can't stand you. You are not invited to Christmas. I can't hear it. I can't hear it. So pretty much it's just like her blaming him, like, how could you put me in this position? I'm gonna go back, like I can't be with him, and him just like seemingly really broken down by it. Harder about dealing with her leaving than him going to jail. Oh my God, Vanessa. Oh, you're so sweet. Habibti. I'm personality shaming her. Thank you so much. That is so nice. I really, really appreciate it. And it's like I hate a victim-y woman. That's what it is. And she's just so like all over the place. And oh my God, like she's obnoxious. She's obnoxious is how I would say it. So to choose it, to actively choose it over comfort and security and a non-jailed life is like, I don't get it. Vanessa, you're my queen, and I really, really appreciate you. Thank you so much. I will say this about Jenny, though. She did really rock like a side ponytail, and I did like it. Did you guys see that side ponytail? I was into that part. I was like, it was good. I want to say something positive, not everyone. I'm not trying to do that, but if I do bring up one point, it makes me happy that I have. And not like her side pony. It's like 90s. I don't think she would think about doing it. God, I'm so gross. I'm sorry, guys. Okay, and final couple we're going to talk about is Tiffany and Ronald, and that's only because Jahoon and Devin, is that their names? Whatever. are not, were not on this episode. And neither were those other people. What? Tell me who those other people were.
Tiffany, no.
No, we saw. I'm gonna talk about Tiffany and Ronald. I'm gonna talk about Tiffany and Ronald, and it was
Jihoon and Devin.
Yeah, Jihoon and Devin were not on this episode at all.
Evelyn and Corey.
And Evelyn and Corey were not on this episode at all. Just like those people were not on it. Not here, Tiffany and Ronald. This is a really, really real and sad. I love their story because I feel like there's so many cute moments and it feels really real and it's like not. I don't know. I like the balance of their story to the other banana situations. So, so sorry. Tiffany has a conversation. They bring Daniel to a park, right? And it's so cute because they're walking with Daniel. He's like kissing Ronald's hand, kissing his mommy's hand. Just like obviously we know that like he loves that Ronald so much, and it's so cute. And Ronald does such a good job of being a dad to him, or at least has so far in the context of what we're seeing. And they're going to this park, and this park they get to is, it's the kind of park that like, never, I don't know, there'd be like, on CBS News, in a child sandboxer was found one syringe. Oh, it's like horrifying, and just like, in this park, there's just shards of glass everywhere. Shards of glass, rotting, Tetris shot, wanting metal pieces, jagged, waiting for, hands and feet to just rip apart, like you can't even swing on the swing. Don't even worry about that. But there's just like, it looks like, like the Pride Lands, and Scars, people took over Pride Lands and it was just like all like torn down and bad and brown and just like dangerous looking. And where's the life? Where's the beauty? Where's the youth and spirit of this place that we once knew? Yeah. That's what it's like. It reminds me of Madonna. This used to be our playground. This used to be my childhood dream. This used to be the place. If you don't hit this song with me. Whenever I was in need of a friend. Why did it have? This is like my alto, deep alto rendition. Why did it have to end? So low. And a solo. My solo. I hate myself. No, I love myself. Yeah, I'm just so sorry. I'm loopy AF. Okay, so, however, this really illuminates something to Tiffany, which is it's hard to raise a kid here who is used to playing in a playground and knows what it's like to run around but doesn't have any friends. Like he needs to be included in play and have like safe outlets, I guess, is what she's thinking. As well as the other things that are adding up. She can't have birth in a public hospital. It's crazy. Private hospitals are pricey, cost money. They don't have the money. And for him to get money, he can, but he has a problem with money because money drives him crazy to the point where he gambles it all away. And she's pregnant. So it's just a hard situation. I feel bad for her. So then she takes Ronald to like beautiful mountaintop where he proposed, and they're so cute. Really love her dress, which Wa said too. And like she lays it on the line. She's like, it's just not smart. And he's like, I feel like you're finding an excuse. She's like, no, I'm not. That's why I have 7 good excuses. I'm not finding any excuse. There's literally no good. You're here, which is a great reason, but it's unsafe for him. I can't have birth in this hospital. If we try and get a better hospital, you might relapse. It's like all the reasons to actually go. I don't understand visas to the point of like, they're making it seem like the whole thing is she's making a choice where he can be there for the birth of his child. Why can't he be there for at least that? I'm not saying like he can move there, but why can't he be there for the birth of his child? Can't he just like at least pop in for that? Is it that once, is it whatever, like his misdemeanor defenses or his, I'm sorry, was his felonies or his charges so intense that even visiting on a normal pleasure is too much? Or is it that he'll think they'll stay because of the fact that he has ties there and a kid being born? I mean, I'm not exactly sure. I'm just a normal woman with a very stuffed up nose. If you haven't taken a moment yet, will you like this video by thumbing it up, thumbs 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 it up. I'm so sorry, my nails are very clogged. Thumbs it up. You guys, I'm talking about everyone. That was slim, trim, and neat. I really did it. Did I talk about everyone? I'm just gonna make sure I did. I did, right? Yeah. I love you guys. What's been happening with you? Now I can look down and see you guys. Chris is too nice. Oh. I have no sympathy for Tiffany. She told her mom she planned the pregnancy. She has made some bad choices. She needs to drive 30 minutes to DC. Forget DC, she's closer to Baltimore. Are you guys not talking about her? I feel sorry for Ronald. Yeah, I do too. It's gonna be hard for him. When she says it from the thing, like the next episode, when he sees, Daniel, his pregnant wife with his child, get on a plane, it's gonna be really hard for him, and it might make him relapse. Oh, so hard. Most of the illegals flew in fam. They're scared he's gonna stay. Yeah, I can see that. Ronald's a convicted criminal. Why would the U.S. jump to let him in? I'm sorry, they're turning down people left and right without a criminal background, so Ronald got to get in line. Okay, yeah. I love Wah. Oh, one more thing. So this crazy thing happened. So David and Annie, who you know and love, and Dean, who you know and love from Pillow Talk, but also 90 Day Fiance, who is Tariq's brother. They're all doing a comedy show next Saturday night, October 15th. No, October 12th. I love you. I don't know why. Saturday, October 12th. And I am on the bill. I am super excited. It's going to be in Los Angeles area, Laverne, technically, which is outside of Pasadena. It is super exciting. A night of comedians and 90 Day fans and 90 Day stars and, yours truly. So if you're in the Los Angeles area, or if you know people that are, tell them about the show. Your girl's gonna do it. I'm gonna be there. David and Annie are gonna be there. Dean's gonna be there. Who knows who else? You guys. Well, Wah's gonna be there. So I don't know if you guys saw, Dean and David did a little, I think it was like a Instagram live video of them being funny last night. It's really cute, making the rounds on Instagram, but I'm really excited. If you want more information, you can either go to my Instagram at Chris L. Farah, where I posted the flyer, or the producer is at Jemmy Nebula Productions, GIMMYNEBULA Productions. But you also should be following me. I mean, come on, how could you not be following me? I'm at Chris L. Farah, honey. The L is for, my first thought was lice. Isn't that horrible? I don't have lice. You know why? Because I was thinking of sickness words, and that's the one I thought of. I haven't had lice in years. I only had lice once in my life when I was really young. When you get it when you're kids. It's been so gross. Well, I was like, laugh, ha, 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 ha. Okay. Just woke up and caught you live. Are you finished? Not technically. Have I already talked about everything I was going to talk about on the show? Yes. But I'm in the beautiful part of the video where I talk about life. No, I'm talking about the show I'm doing. You have to go buy tickets. It's very important. I'm doing a show Saturday, October 12th in Laverne, Los Angeles area with Dean, Tarek's brother, David, and Annie. That's what you have to know most importantly. You can get more information on my Instagram. But right now, we're just talking about the show. I love you guys that are here. 130 people here, 46 likes. If you haven't had a moment yet to even think about it because you've been just so shocked that I'm doing a comedy show with these people, like this video. Get this out and up. Like it, honeys. So I'm super excited though. I'm gonna do a fun set. I'm gonna have fun talking about my 90-day jokes and stuff. And I'm excited to meet them. You know, David's already like reached out on Instagram and liked me and liked my post and like commented and befriended me or whatever, followed me. That's the word. Hi, I'm dumb. And so he's super sweet. And Dean's already liked my post. I mean, I think it's gonna be really fun. Plus, I'll be there, but also they'll be there. You guys have to come. I also watched Pillow Talk, and they were on this weekend. They were really funny and cool. Like Dean, very hilarious. I love the fact that like those people love a mukbang. Both those couples love eating in that bed. I guess all the couples really eat in bed, but not to the point in which Annie is just cooking. Oh my god, you see her like air fry some egg rolls. Mmm. Oh, do you think that she made the egg rolls like herself? Like I want to know. Like, did she roll? Like, did she make them and roll them? Pre-prep them and then air fry them during what they're watching so they're nice and crisp. I get to meet her. I'm so excited. Um, let's see. So, what do you guys think of this app? What do you guys think of this season? What do you guys think of? Do you think that Jenny knew about Sumit? Do you think that she's crazy? Do you think that Sumit really loves Jenny? Do you think that Aladdin really loves Laura? What do you think of all the crazy stuff that Laura's done? I cannot wait to read all your comments. Annie travels with her electric skillet. She loves a hot plate. That's my kind of woman. They love each other. Okay, Beth. Laura's nutty. I mean, she is bananas. She's nutty and bananas. Well, sounds like a yummy treat. But when it comes to Laura, it's not yummy. It's not a treat. It's a trick. Okay, well, I'm inclined to believe that Aladdin is gay. I don't have space in my head right now as before the 90 days is consuming my brain. Um, I totally understand. It's the before the 90 days is 2 hours and the night before. So we barely have time to like get off that. We barely have time to like let ourselves come back down to reality. So sorry, I was so stuffed up. And like what we just saw. So the fact that like they give us not nary 25 hours to like suddenly pick it up and do this again, it's hard. I guess it gave us 23 hours because it ends at 10. No, I guess it gives us 23 hours. I would need like 2 days. I need to decompress and then get all my bearings, my immune levels up, my hydration levels up, and have another episode. Oh, you all think he loves the bathhouse. Oh, wow. Well, I'll just see. I'll just see. Anyway, I love you guys so much. I feel like I should call it an early night with this one so I can drink more pumpkin spice rooibos, which I was really into. And with Manuka honey because it's supposed to be very good for you when you're sick. And I love you all so much. So you have to follow me on Instagram and Twitter. Make sure you're subscribed. You hit that notification bell here. If you haven't yet, go on Facebook and search Vanity Farah. That's my Facebook group where we get down and dirty with all the deets. Thank you so much to my moderators. Waz here. I think Colleen was here earlier. Someone else I saw maybe. I love you guys so much. Thanks for thumbsing up this video and being here with me. And, I really, really appreciate it. You have to see the stand-up show. You have to tell people to come see this show. It's going to be ridiculous. Come on. Come here. Come to LA. October 12th, you have basically 2 weeks. Well, even like a week and a half, 10 days or whatever's left. I can't do math. So get yourself together, get your people in gear, come see the show. More information is on my Instagram. It's going to be really, really fun. I love it. I can't. I feel like everything happens for a reason. It's so crazy that it's like worked out the way it is. Anyway, okay. I'm going to go. Take care of yourselves, which means take the vitamin C and the zinc. Don't let what's happening to me happen to you. Oh my God. I'm so sorry. I just got a super chat. Saria Ray, this is to celebrate you and Wa's friendship. Wa shared how you. Soraya, what a beautiful name. This is to celebrate you and Wa's friendship. Wa shared how you both met on her IG stories. Love it. I guess you guys were high school friends. I don't get the shade you guys sometimes get. That's so sweet. I mean, high school friends, we met right out of college, but it's like, so basically by 4 years or 5 years, but it's been so long now. It's like, I felt so young at that time anyway. It was like we met in high school. That is so sweet. I can't. Thank you. That's so lovely. I think that this is what happens with like shade people throw on our channels. I think some people just like, they start watching someone, like they think they know them, which parts of us, but they think they know us, who we are, because we look at them, looking at the camera and it looks like I'm looking right at you. And then they're like, someone else is there. But what they like forget is like, yeah, this person is here in real life. We know this person, like this person I have been friends for a long time. Like, I don't know. We have. She like okay, so we're taught there was like the video that like people thought that Wa was being shady to me. She was absolutely not. It was just like we looked at them over again. We're like, oh, it's because you think you have her back to me, and you're being so animated against Rebecca, whoever she was talking about or whatever. People thought that like I don't even know, and like we had a fun time because on our live 2 nights or I guess that was last night, I got to be shady back to her. We just have fun. We're just friends. We don't take things seriously. Like. We have been very open and talked about emotions when we were, feeling some type of real way. So we would never just like be weird in a camera, in a video, and then upload it and then be like, there you guys deal with this. I don't know. You know what I'm trying to say? I love you guys. Approve my request for Vanity Farah. I will. I'm not looking at my phone yet. I absolutely will. So, all right. You guys are the best. Truly, truly, truly. Thank you so much for being here and your super chats and your comments tonight. And thank you for liking this video. I really am going to go now. I love you guys. Take care of yourselves and each other. Stand up for what you believe and make art. All right? Have a beautiful week. Okay. Bye. Thank you, baby boo. Appreciate you. Bye, guys.